It's like an anime cause it is anime. White Album 2. Coda. We're doing Coda. Don't get it twisted. We're at the last route. We're at the Kazusa route. Right there. February 28th? No way. Are we at February 28th already? You ready? February 19th. Oh, it's February 19th. That's when I last played. Alright. I was about to say. I'm like, what? As the night grew late and the hotel cafe became deserted, with the exception of us two, we sat in greater silence than usual.
ギターくん。いえ、北原くん。
はい。
Because for a while, Yoko-san had been staring at the ceiling in silence.
あなた、本当にそれでいいの？あの子のために何もかも捨ててしまって。
Dang, she ran out the entire place. She's rich.
今は俺の話じゃなくて、陽子さんのことです。
Dang.
帰ってくれませんか？俺たちと上総と一緒にウィーンに。
I told her everything about all the things I had done the past few days. His apartment, his job, everything gone. Without hiding a single thing.
とうとうやっちゃったのね。あの子受け入れてしまったんだ。自分のブレーキ壊してまで。
すいません。何の相談もせずに。
すいませんはこっちのセリフ。あなたが実は危険な子だって気づいた時に無理にでも止めておくべきだった。
反対なんですか？陽子さんはその俺と上総が。
反対なんてできない。できるわけない。娘が生まれてから今までで一番の幸せに浸ってるのに。
いや、それほどのことじゃ。
けれど最悪ね。あの子の望んだ結果だけど私の望んだ結末とは違う。
With a very difficult look on her face, Yoko-san voices her opposition to my actions with those severe words. Just like all the people I betrayed.
あなたに大切な人がいなければこうなってくれればいいと思ってた。
However, I do have people I consider precious from the bottom of my heart.
上総があなたを卒業できればこんなことにはならなかった。
However, Kazusa's feelings are too pure, too strong.
何より私が病に倒れなければあなたを巻き込まずに済んだ。
However, Yoko-san.
結論全部私の病気のせい。
As expected of Yoko-san, she is able to summarize the current situation.
一つずつ歯車が狂った。どんどん皆が望む方向からずれていって何もかもが壊れていくのを止められなかった。
Not including herself, there is no one in the wrong. Thus the fault lies in the situation and the turn of events that lead to it, or perhaps some childish idea that society is ultimately to blame. A point of view that is almost the complete opposite of mine. A difference in opinion that would make one wonder who is the more mature one.
結果的にあなたの人生を私の娘が壊してしまった。
Says no matter how you look at it, I truly do believe that everything is my fault.
私が直接壊したなら天罰も地獄行きも覚悟してる。けれど我が娘が地獄に落ちるのは見るに忍びない。
Everything was my decision, my responsibility. On top of that, I truly do believe that I made the best possible decision.
だからごめんなさい。
That's why I have no right to apologize to.
結局あなたも上総も日本にいられなくなってしまった。
別に逃げるわけじゃありません。二人で相談して決めたことです。
二人で相談したから逃げてないってのは全然説明になってないし、ついでに嘘よね。
Her tendency to guess what I'm thinking despite the complete discrepancy in our perception has always been something I've been weak to.
陽子さん、カズさんにはやっぱりあなたが必要なんです。
That's why I forcibly changed the topic.
あなたのケアについては俺が絶対に何とかします。日本じゃなくても、日本以上にあなたに不自由はさせません。
No, the one who diverted the conversation in the first place was Yoko-san. I'm merely steering it back in the right direction. The reason I came to see her was to get an answer from her in regards to Kazusa.
だから一緒に来てもらえませんか。カズさんのこと一緒に守ってもらえませんか。
北原君。
Of course, with the goal of getting her to agree.
あいつが辛い思いをしないように、これからもあいつを導いて。
どこまでお人よしなのよ。いいえ、どこまで人が悪いのよ、あなたは。これから本当の意味で辛い目に遭うのはカズサじゃなくてあなたなのよ。
But as I tried to rush a solution from her, Yoko-san keeps stopping in my tracks. Do I look that helpless right now?
カズサは周囲にどう思われるかはさておき、本人の中では最高に幸せに生きていける。だって最愛の男に守ってもらえるんだもの。けれどあなたは誰も守ってなんかくれない。だってカズサにそんな普通の力なんてないもの。
陽子さん、
あの子はこれからもあなたが一生懸命頑張ってる横で寄り添ってるか気ままにピアノを弾いてるくらいしかできない。
そんなこと最初から分かってます。
あなたにはこれから地獄が待ってるかもしれない。
Yoko-san is telling me things that no longer hold sway over me with the way things have turned out. The undeniable truth.
カズさんを守るって使命を抱えたまま、言葉も通じない何もかもが初めての場所で一人で生きていくよりも過酷な人生を歩いていく。
An ant works restlessly in preparation for the winter, but a grasshopper sings with grace and spends its days having fun. That's why only the ant will survive the winter, or so the fable goes.
しかも絶対に立ち止まるわけにはいかない。何しろあなたが倒れるってことは共倒れと同じ意味だから。
And outside the world of fables, in the real world, the grasshopper will revel in the enjoyment of playing the piano. But the ant will do everything it can to fill the stash of food to last the winter. And from now on, it will have to provide for the grasshopper as well. All while having to abandon its own nest and alienating itself from all the other ants.
何もかも違う環境でそんな大きなプレッシャーを抱えて、いくらあなたでもしっかり生きていけるかは。
俺はカズサさえいれば大丈夫ですよ。
あなた、
あいつに守ってもらおうなんて思ってません。これからも自分の人生は自分で切り開きます。
That may be simply an attempt for me to put up a front before
ち
Yoko-san.
ゃんと現地で仕事を探して言葉も勉強して2人いや3人だって抱えてみせます。
3. Even though I have been adamant about this since the beginning, she has diverted the thread of the conversation to the bitter end. This is my tiny form of revenge for that.
あいつがそばにいればそれができるんです。それこそあいつは隣で気ままにピアノを弾いていればいい。
However, there wasn't the slightest hint of a joke in what I said then.
そして俺はカズサを守るためならあなたの力にだってなってみせます。
It's truly an arrogant thing to say to someone who makes probably 100 times the amount I make and has many decades more experience than me. But I was completely serious about taking responsibility for her life. It's because it's a way that I can make Kazusa even happier.
だから一緒に来てください。あいつを世界一幸せなキリギリスにしてやってください。
She was like, what? Grasshopper? He didn't even talk about the grasshopper with her. That's his inner thoughts. The elated grasshopper will survive the winter with a smile with the ant by his side. Maybe she already know the story. She get the reference. Yoko-san looks me straight in the eyes once again. I noticed a slightly exhausted smile spread across her face, not knowing if she finally given up on trying to dissuade me or if she's just tired of my stubbornness.
北原君、
はい。
And with the same soft
ご
expression,
めんなさい。もう決めたことなの。
she finally said it, the answer she had avoided giving all this time. She's staying in Japan. Not too shocked.
そっか。やっぱりか。
Because she stayed in Japan like all the routes. It's the place she wanna be the most.
ごめん。
なんで春樹が謝るんだよ。全部お前に任せた私が悪いに決まってるだろ。
けど
私が犯した罪のことも無茶なお願いのことも本当は娘が母親に直接話さないといけないことだろ。
カズさん、
最初から分かってた。病気のことを聞いた時から覚悟はできてた。だからそんな心配そうな顔すんなよ。
Even as Kazusa hears about the devastating results of my conversation with Yoko-san, she still does her best to encourage me. However,
でもそっか。母さんもう日本を離れないのか。
though in the end, that forced strength of hers didn't last more than a few seconds. Yoko-san has stubbornly kept to her own resolve. Her resolve to die in the country she was born in took precedence over anything else. And as a Japanese person myself, I cannot do anything but to accept that. Even so,
まだ行かないって決まったわけじゃない。また来週にでももう一度説得してみるから。
春樹。
what in fact was obvious to Kazusa, I was unable to hide my shock when I learned her verdict.
ヨーコさん、今はちょっと気弱になってるだけだって。もっと元気になれば考え方も変わってくるって。
Only Yoko-san would stand up for us no matter what. Despite everything, I thought she would stay by Kazusa's side.
多分もう無理なんじゃないかな。
そんなことないって。諦めたらダメだって。
I was under the naive delusion that a chain reaction of negative events would take a break in this instance.
弱気になってる時こそ本音って出るものじゃないか。
そんなこと誰が言ったんだよ。
私に決まってるだろ。つい最近お前相手に見せたばかりじゃないか。だからわかるよ。母さんは本当に日本に残りたいんだよ。それが何よりも大きな願いなんだ。
けどお前、ヨーコさんだけ一人日本に残ったら。
The Kazusa won't be there during her final moments.
心配すんなよ。ヨーロッパのトーマ陽子オフィスが開店休業になっても私一人の稼ぎ口ぐらいなんとかなるって。
Yet to Kazusa, that possibility is too cruel to even come to her mind.
なんとかなるって。どうやって。お前が事務所回せるのか。
もっと手っ取り早い仕事やるよ。そうだな。近所の子供にピアノを教えたりとか。それなら自分の腕だけで稼げるだろう。
Oh my god.
お前が先生。そりゃとんでもなく面白い冗談だな。
Sako no Kazusa and divert the conversation.
そのツッコミはとんでもなくつまらないけどな。子供相手ならなんとかなる。バカにするの。
After all, she starts to agonize over that possibility that we might be unable to move forward. For as long as she decides to make Japan, or rather, Hojo Hospital her own battleground, we will be unable to stay by her side.
それこそ子供をバカにするなよ。大人以上にコミュニケーション能力が必要になるんだぞ。
The two of us no longer have the choice to stay in Japan. We cannot commit any more sins than we already have. We cannot plant our roots in a place where Setsuna is present.
なあ。
ん？
今日もそっちで寝ていいか。
カズさん。
寝るだけだよ。ちゃんと お前との約束は守る。
別にお前の方を心配してるわけじゃ。むしろ自分の理性が持つかってのが。
それこそ心配したって仕方ないだろ。お前の意志がそんなに弱いわけがないし、そもそも勝手に誓いを立ててるのはお前だ。私の気持ちなんかこれっぽっちも考えてくれずにさ。
ごめん。
いいよ、分かってる。お前がそういうやつだってことはずっと前から分かってるんだ。
That's right. We cannot plant our roots in a place where Setsuna is present. We cannot consummate our love. Then they made an oath. They can't make love.
悪い。マナーモードにするのを忘れてた。
別に出てもよかったんだぞ。
いや、後でかけ直すから。
もしかして刹那？
違う、仕事関係。それも多分急ぎのようじゃないから。
そう。
There was a slight glint of doubt in her eyes. However, what I said was the truth. It wasn't from Setsuna. But it was also a lie. It wasn't a call from work either.
帰ろう。腹減ったろ。
The truth is, I hope for a little more time. I want to think about what I would tell them. Oh, it's his BFF, Takia. Yeah, I turned off the power of my cell phone that had the words Izuka Takia written on its display. Dang, this route hurts. We gotta say goodbye to everybody.
それじゃあ今日も一日お疲れ様でした。乾杯。
Alright. Now Tomo, she doesn't look happy.
乾杯。
Oh, because Haruki's here. Takia is desperate. He's desperate to try to keep everyone in high spirits. Almost as they're trying to deny the reason the four of us are gathered here in the first place.
さてと、それじゃあ頼もうぜ。なあ、俺いきなりチゲ行きたいんだけどダメ？
飯塚さん。
そっか。じゃあ最初は適当にいろいろ頼むか。まあ、じゃあフライドポテトと冷ややっこと。
タケヤ。
分かってるってだし巻きだろ。お前どこの店行っても必ず。
飯塚さん、もう黙って。
ここから先は私たちがやるから、あんたは黙って飲んでなさい。
Damn, bro, Takia, a homeboy. We gotta go. Takia was desperate. He was desperate to hold back Yanagi Hadatomo, who seemed ready for a fight, and Io, who looked like she was dying to say something. From the moment I showed my face in a meeting spot by the station to the moment we reached the bar table. It was Takia's idea to discuss this in a bar. A bit unlike himself, he was going above and beyond to make things easier for me alone. Yo, Takia! No! We're gonna lose Takia. BFF. We'll never find another BFF like him. But once our toasts were said, there was no longer any stopping those two.
北原さん、あなた、刹那に何をしたのよ。
柳原さん。
ああ、もうちょっと前から説明するね。実は今週からさ。
いや、俺は誤解だって何度も言ったんだよ。なのに友が妙な思い込みしちまってて。
刹那が今どんなことになってるか知ってる？全部あなたのせいなんだよ。
この子の言うことはさすがに大げさだと思うんだけどね。でも刹那と連絡が取れないってのは本当なの？
どうせ些細なことが原因なんだろ。そんな騒ぐほどのことでもないんだろ。友はいつも周囲をむやみに引っかきますからな。
Takia trying to be gullible. Avoid the truth.
ちょっとちゃちゃ入れないでよ、二人とも。私が話があるから呼び出したんだよ。
でも実際に春樹を呼び出したのは俺だろ。
タケヤを説得したのは私だし、あんたを勝手に走らせるわけにはいかないよ。まあ 竹谷ほど春樹をかばうつもりもないけどね。
Takia! They all looked like they had many questions to ask me, but it was too disorganized to get anywhere. But everything from their opinions to their information was completely scattered. The difference of opinion between Tomo and the other two was like night and day.
せつなと連絡取れないのか。
お母さんに聞いたら会社には行ってるみたい。だからちょっと拗ねてるだけだと思うんだけどね。
だから私日曜に会ったんだよ。せつなボロボロに泣いてたんだってば。
今週に入ってからずっとこの調子なんだよ。だからお前に声かけないわけにはいかない。
あんな悲しそうなせつな、私見たことない。2年前のあの頃だって見たことないんだよ。
せつなが。
This Sunday, she was in front of my apartment. That was the day after.
せつな、何言ったの？せつながあんなに泣くことなんて一つしかない。別れ話だよね。
だからちょっと待ちなって。どうしてすぐ短絡的な結論に持っていこうとするかな。
そりゃ何かしらのきっかけでそういう話になったかもしれないけど、そんなの二人とも本気なわけないじゃないか。
Oh god! Oh, fuck! Let's go to Vina right now!
違う！あなたたち今のせつなを見てないからそんなこと言えるのよ。
No, I think they kind of know low key, but they really want to trust Haruki, right? Especially Takia. But I think Io is like the middle ground, right? She's like Setsuna, Haruki. Takia all Haruki. Tomo only on Setsuna's side. They want to trust Haruki. It hurts to betray their trust. The two closest friends that we ever had. Tomo uses every fiber of her being denouncing me, yet it still isn't enough. Or rather, the harder she pushes against me, the more the other two come to my defense.
北原さん、あなた今、東間和沙と一緒にいるよね。せつなに隠れて、彼女と会ってたよね。
やめろって言っただろ、それ言うの。その話をしないって言うから今日セットしたのに。
ごめん、春樹。それはさすがに信じちゃいないから。
Oh my god, stop! You're too nice. It hurts. It hurts so bad. God damn it, bruh. Just tell them. Now, after the way they defended you, you don't like you get in trouble, right? Say you broke the vase. Alright, they say, who broke the vase? And then everybody come to your defense. He didn't broke the vase. He's a good boy. He'll never do that. You can't tell them the truth. You're backstabbing them if you tell them the truth. But you're backstabbing them telling them the lie. But the lie is easier, right? The truth hurts. The truth hurts too much.
だけど私本当に見たんだから。北原さんの隣の部屋に東間和沙が。
It may be due to the difference in time spent with me, or merely their disposition towards Yanagihara-san's personality. It's probably both. They don't really like her, and you know, we've been hanging out since well, I guess with Io it's high school, right? Takia is middle school. That's like, let's see, how old is he? Let's see, Haruki's 21, 22? I think he's like 22 or something like that. Middle school. It's like almost a decade. Well, Takia, right? Can't just throw away the decade friendship like this. What's ironic is, the more they come to my defense, the more Takia and Io stray further from the truth. And Yanagihara-san, who's acting the most hostile toward me right now, is the only one who knows the ridiculously horrible truth.
たださ、友の言うことにも一理あるんじゃないかって思ってるんだ。
いいよ。これだけの喧嘩ってなると トーマが絡んでるってのは本当なのかなって。
例えばさ、トーマさんが来日してきてから春樹が変に彼女のことを意識しすぎてたとか。
せつなちゃんに隠れてトーマのコンサート行ったとかさ。お前心当たりあるんじゃないのか。
お前ら
なんで信じてくれないの？二人とも昨日までは私の言うこと真面目に聞いてくれてたじゃない。
It's not just that they trust me.
どうして北原さんを目の前にするとそんな風にいきなりしぼんじゃうのよ。せつなのこと心配じゃないの？
It's cause, man, Haruki's losing everything, bruh. He threw away everything. Haruki hurting too. But I guess Setsuna hurting a lot, huh? Setsuna gotta learn to get over it.
そりゃ心配だよ。心配だけど、でも春樹がさ。
今は春樹の話をちゃんと聞こうぜ。きちんと説明してもらえれば友だって納得するだろう。
They really want to trust Haruki. That's BFF. Tomo, you're just a friend. You're not BFF, you're a friend. To Haruki, you're just an acquaintance. I don't think we're friends, Tomo. Taka and Io want to believe me. They're waiting for me to dispel their worries. Cause they're BFF. They want to believe you. But we gotta betray them. We gotta backstab them with the truth. They want me to laugh at the idea that I break up with Setsuna. They want me to reaffirm that there's nothing between Kazusa and me anymore. That our friendship will never break apart.
なあ、春樹。だから、
Oh man.
正直に話してくれよ。
いいよ。
Let's say I were to improvise an answer. Scratch my head with a half regretful look on my face and say, sorry, we got into a little fight. They would undoubtedly believe me over her. 100%. They look at each other and laugh as they say, not again, and then promise to help us make up.
俺たちで力になれることあるだろ。せつなちゃんのためにも抱え込むなよ。
Oh my god, you're too nice. It hurts.
拓也。
And then everything would be resolved. Because this friendship is almost rigged to continue existing. So even now, we can still go back to those old peaceful days with just the 4 of us. Perhaps even the 5 of us.
俺
Alright, time to tell them the truth, right? No reason to lie anymore. We already cut all connections. From our job, our apartment. It's time to cut connection with our friends now. Oh yeah, and Kazusa's mom too. We cut connections with her. I could turn back the clock, and it'll be as if nothing happened.
カズサが好きなんだ。
How idiotic. Of course I can't go back. Alright, they probably beat his ass. I told him everything. When I was finished telling them everything, I told Setsuna. Silence enveloped our table. Because as I went from one matter to another, I was vindicating Yanagihara Tomo little by little. I told the truth in its terrible entirety. Neither Takia nor Io tried reinterpreting to make me look better, even though I'm sure they could.
いいよ。
The bustle of the bar painfully reverberates in my ear. After all, this is the only table this quiet. Yanagihara Tomo glares at me and looks at Takia and Io from the side. And Io, rather than looking at any one person, stares down at the table as her shoulders shake slightly. Man, you know what I hate about Haruki? He always leave out detail to make him look bad. He always try to do everything in his power to make him look bad. He probably left out the part, just like with Setsuna, that, man, I guess it'll be blaming. I don't want to blame Yoko-san, actually. I guess what Haruki did was for the best. Blaming Yoko-san that's terrible, right? We can't get any lower than low if we do that. So, I guess Haruki's still a decent person at best. Better than me. I would have blamed everyone. And Io, rather than looking at any one person, stares down at the table as her shoulders shake slightly.
嘘だ。
And in unison, her voice was also subtly shaking.
嘘って言え、春樹。みんなをからかってたんだって。今すぐ私を指さして笑ってくれ。いいよ。違う。私が聞きたいのはそんな声じゃない。
Me, my trying to be considerate in a way almost identical to how Io usually is, wasn't the last thing she wanted to hear.
そりゃ私たちは知ってたよ。5年前東間和沙が春樹のこと好きだったって、刹那に負けないくらいに本気だったって。
The moment the truth slipped from her mouth, Io stopped doubting her thoughts.
けど今の春樹が受け入れたらダメだろ。そんなの彼女も最低だけど、春樹、あんたはもっと最悪だよ。
Why is the author punishing Kazusa fans? I feel like for the last 3 or 4 hours of the game, or at least right now, starting from here to the last the beginning of February. How about that? At the beginning of February, when February starts in Kazusa Route, the author had been telling us we made the wrong choice, the worst possible choice. Telling Kazusa's awful. What the hell, bruh? Why is the author shitting on Kazusa fans? Why can't we be happy? Maybe we'll be happy at the end. It's not over. We just gotta take this everyone throwing turd at us. We just gotta accept it, right? Before we can get our happy ending. She finally understood that I'm not lying. That the true lie had been everything I had told her up until today.
なんで刹那と一緒にいたの？何度裏切れば、どれだけあの子を傷つければ気が済むの？
Bro, I officially broke up with her. The realization was visible when she raised her head.
なんで東間和沙と離れてたの？なのにどうして彼女なの？どれだけこだわれば気が済むの？
She grits her teeth, pulls away her face, and her eyes starts watering as if on the verge of crying. But in her misery, she can't even bring herself to cry.
あんたと刹那の関係をぶち壊しておいて、さっさと逃げちゃった女なんだよ。一度捨てられたんだよ、春樹。
Both anger and sadness, disappointment and confusion, all these emotions blended together.
わかんない。春樹の考えてること全然わけわかんないよ。
ごめん。
ごめんじゃないよ。春樹が今するべきなのは謝ることじゃないよ。どうしてそれがわからないんだ。
But at the same time, it was an expression she was showing me because we were friends. Io hadn't given up yet. She was desperately trying to get me back on her side. That Setsuna needs me and that the best possible resolution is for me to be with Setsuna. This would be for Setsuna's sake, but also mine. However,
刹那をどうするの？あんなにボロボロにしといてポイって捨てちゃうの？
柳原。
But Yanagihara-san was on Setsuna's side more than anyone else.
ついこの間まで婚約だって言ってたんだよ。わざわざ天国から地獄に突き落として何がしたいの？刹那が何をしたっていうの？
This is all Haruki's fault, bruh. This is why you don't engage in the heat of the moment. He engaged with Setsuna for running away from Kazusa concert. That's the biggest mistake he could ever made. You don't engage in the heat of the moment. You gotta think about it.
それはだから刹那は何も。
そんなに刹那のこと嫌いになっちゃったの？わざわざ深く傷つけるようなことばかりして、まるで親の敵みたいにさ。
I mean, Haruki wouldn't feel anything. He doesn't like his parents.
違う。 やめてくれ。
That's why she brazenly throwing all the questions at me that neither Takia nor Io have ever dared to ask me. The most important question they just had to make sure of, and the question that I want to answer the least.
今まで刹那は北原さんありきで進む道を決めてきたんだよ。北原さんのために将来の可能性を狭めてきたんだよ。
What Yanagihara Tomo wanted out of Setsuna was different from me.
進学も就職もそれに歌だって。
Yes, even her singing. She understood Setsuna's songs better than anyone else, was a bigger fan than anyone else, and was her biggest promoter. She desired the artist Setsuna more than the actual Ogiso Setsuna.
あなたのそばにいられること、二人で過ごす時間が取れること、必ずそれを条件の中に入れてきたんだよ。
But Setsuna graduated, found herself a job, and her appearances on stage grew fewer and fewer. Because I wasn't on the stage with her, because I wouldn't go to see her concerts, because it would take time away from being with me. Her own strength and potential and the reality that stood in this way, and then all the other reasons. But no one would believe me if I told them I had nothing to do with them or her decision.
だってずっと一緒に歩いていくつもりだったから、あなたと生きていくつもりだったからだよ。
Despite that, she thought about Setsuna's feelings and respected the path she chose. All while looking at me in contempt. Yet she still looked at me, look at the two of us when we were together with a bitter smile.
なのになんで今さらトーマカズさどうして
Oh yeah.
刹那じゃいけないの。
It's because I always love her, bro. 5 years. I still love her. But just now, she was the hit of the horrifying reality that Setsuna's sacrifice was completely pointless.
そんなに彼女は良かった。体の相性抜群だった。
違う。
I understood her anger completely, but I cannot do anything to quell it. I have no choice but to accept it all.
ちょっと昔の女が体開いたからってあっさり垂らし込まれちゃってさ、そんなに気持ちよかった？
Yeah, it felt pretty good. But not in this route. We haven't done it in this route. Only the other routes.
そんなこと言うな。俺のことはいいけど、カズサのことだけは。
実はすんごいテクニックだったとか。ああ、きっとピアノと同じでずいぶんやり込んだんだろうね。母親みたいにさ。
Damn, Tomo. Just going too far.
やめろ、やめろ。俺カズサと寝てなんかない。あいつはそんな女じゃない。
But I couldn't accept her going after Kazusa.
あいつだって辛くて悩んで苦しんで、だからそんな風に言わないでくれ。
The only thing I want to protect are Kazusa's feelings and her honor. Because I promised to protect her. The only one facing judgment was to be me.
何それ最低。
But the retort and my judgment came from a direction I didn't expect.
寝てもいないのに何もしてないのに取り返しがつかなくなったわけでも重いもの背負ったわけでもないのに、ただ彼女を愛してるからって理由だけで刹那切り捨てるの。
Fuck you, Io.
いいよ。
I insisted on the last bastion that is protecting Kazusa.
じゃあ刹那は何だったの？心と体の両方のつながりを合わせても彼女との心の絆にかなわないって言われたんだよ。
Yeah.
何？
And that attempt only had the opposite effect on her. Io is completely and utterly disgusted with me.
刹那は何だったの？そんなのが免罪符になるとでも思ってるの？春樹、あんたどれだけ刹那を見下してんのよ。
いや、違う。そんな、待って。
All the color drains from her face. Her feelings evaporate, and the anger she directed at me earlier is nowhere to be seen.
これだけ周囲をボロボロに壊して自分たちはプラトニックですって最低の純愛だね。吐き気がする。
待ってくれよ。
I was prepared to lose my friends today. I thought that it was only natural for them to hate me, to look at me with nothing but contempt. Yet the words Io threw at me hurt far more than I ever imagined.
いいよ、もう。二人しかいない世界で仲良くおままごとやってりゃいいじゃん。
違うって聞いてくれ、イオ。
I never imagined I'd be met with disgust about that one thing, and to have my reasoning be so utterly rejected.
どれだけ周囲を不幸にしてもさ、純粋な二人にはお互いのことしか見えないからいいよね。
カズサはさ、ずっといろいろあって、こんなに有名になっても一人ぼっちで、だから俺しか。
Damn, no matter what, Haruki won't say it. I respect Haruki for that, right? He could blame it on Yoko, but he won't, no matter what. I like that a lot. All the things I desperately planned to hold in until everything came to an end.
刹那はいろいろないからいいんだ。一人ぼっちじゃないから捨ててもいいんだ。
そんなこと言ってないだろ。
Or the harsh constraints that I put on myself in order to not hurt Setsuna more than I already have.
言ってるよ、ハルキ。刹那は自分がいなくても一人じゃないから。かわいそうじゃないから捨ててもいいって言ってるよ。
All of that didn't just become utterly meaningless. It ended up degrading Setsuna even more. Yet again, I wasn't prepared for this whatsoever. I kept telling myself that I was going to make enemies of everyone, and I was going to lose all my friends, yet...
いや、俺はさ。
痛いだろ、ハルキ。
It hurts. It hurts that my feelings aren't being conveyed. It hurts that my love for her isn't reaching them.
でもな、ハルキ。刹那は、あんたに捨てられた刹那は、こんなもんじゃん。
Yes, it is. This is the desperate pain Setsuna was bottling up back then. This is my retribution for switching partners overnight. Something I must accept. Io's very last.
帰れ、お前ら。
Oh, fuck! However, the moment I thought my heart was going to break into two, a calm yet overpowering voice interrupts me.
ハルキを説得する気がないなら帰れ。ただ言いまかしたいだけなら、もう二度と会うな。
Damn! What? Takia.
飯塚さん。
After being told to shut up by the woman, Takia had been keeping to himself.
もう諦めろ。というか、お前らもう諦めてるじゃないか。いらねえよ、この場に。
だって。
Takia, who had been wordlessly gazing at me from the side, suddenly takes control of the whole conversation.
俺は諦めない。ちゃんとハルキを説得する。もう一度、刹那ちゃんのことを考え直させる。必ず。
Of all things, he's willing to stand against the woman's sense of justice.
だからお前らみたいにハルキを追い込むやつはいらない。とっととこの場からいなくなる。
タケヤ、やめろ。
He's going against Io. He's going against the person who was closer to him than anyone else. The person who he watched over Setsuna and me with.
なんだよそれ。タケヤ、ハルキをかばうのか。私の方が間違ってるっていうのか。
知るかよそんなの。ただ今はハルキと話すのにお前が邪魔なのだ。
Takia's too cool.
お前、ハルキと私、どっちの味方なんだよ。
決まってんだろそんなの。
やめろって、おい。
No matter how I look at it, Takia have no reason at all to defend me. And no matter how I look at it, the ones who are saying the right things here are Io and Yanagihara. And yet I know the name Takia is going to say.
春樹だよ。
Damn. Takia threw everything away. He worked so hard over a girl who stubbornly keep denying him for like 10 plus years. Right? Man, I'm not gonna lie. Io, low key. It made me hate her a little bit. Io made my blood boil a little bit. Whose side are you on? Mine's on Haruki. Bruh. Why you gotta be like that? And Takia didn't even say, well, obviously Haruki, right? But he said that he's gonna convince Haruki to go back with Setsuna. All you two doing, right, Tomo and Io, you're just slandering him, right? Hurting his feelings. If you're not gonna convince him, get the hell out of here. He was technically still on Setsuna's side. He just knew, like, slandering Haruki is not gonna help him get to Setsuna. These two are just salty, right? They just throwing hate on Haruki. Takia had to step up. He knew Haruki was breaking. But to go against the girl he loved for 10 years plus, the girl that keep denying him for 10 years plus. But the relationship has been going pretty smoothly lately. This is a big chance. If he said Io, he would have been in there. But he threw away that 10 years of work for Haruki. Yet I couldn't stop it from boiling over. Takia, why? Why did you do this? The 10 years of work, dude. No, Takia, your kindness, it hurts too much. Damn, if only we can take him with us to Vina. Damn. We're never gonna find Takia ever again. This is Haruki's last moment in Japan. Never coming back here. No more BFF.
Thank you.
After that, the two women left. With harsh, condemning looks in their eyes, they were focused on Takia more than me. But once our table became quiet, neither of us were in the mood for a conversation. Before long, the two of us had left the bar too. Takia walked along the city streets in silence, and I followed behind him without saying a word. Damn, Takia, why? Under the cold night sky, we finally found a place to sit and share our canned coffee. The warmth of the coffee permeates throughout my entire body, although I didn't need to be sober up since I had barely drunk anything. Dang, Haruki, you should tell Takia the truth, the real truth. He's hiding Yoko-san's illness, but I think we could trust Takia. And I think he could help too. At least settle things with everything. Cause, you know, Io and Tomo are low-key, right? Haruki still gotta make things right with Setsuna. He can't just leave. Right? But the only answer they can think of is to get back with Setsuna. Takia, obviously, right? Get back with Setsuna too. But maybe he got an answer that we don't know. Maybe he holds the key. Ever since he chased out the girls, or perhaps ever since we met up, Takia had been very relaxed. Among the four of us, he was careful not to stir anything up. Instead, he stuck to the back seat row and threw in a laugh or two when he could. Damn. Well, as expected, not even he could hide his frustration this far in. Teared up a little bit. Takeya no Haruki best.
竹谷。
本当になんでこんなことになるんだか。
No, perhaps it was his plan to lose his cool halfway through from the start, to settle the score alone with me. The true bros. Yeah, bruh. Takeya, the true bros over hoes. Tomo a hoe for sure. Io is too stubborn. I wouldn't call her a hoe though. No, perhaps it was his plan to lose his cool halfway through from the start, settle the score alone with me, so he can take on all the responsibility by himself when he fails to convince me. It's almost as though he's ready to take on the responsibility for all my actions. The winter cold pierces through me much harsher than usual, perhaps because I didn't drink all that much. The canned coffee I had in my hand had turned cold before I knew it, and was no longer suitable to warm my hands.
竹谷。
I'm not sure if that I'm feeling cold because of the loneliness that's welling up within me, or if it's because of another reason.
ちょっとだけ話を聞いてくれるか。
The only thing I wanted to do was to convey something to the only person standing in front of me. I wanted to tell him a single truth, with just a few excuses put in. Yeah, we're gonna tell him everything, bruh. The real truth, the real story. For a little hint of excuses.
工場大病院ってなんつう東大の真下だよ。マスコミ全然気づいてないじゃん。
政治家や芸能人もよく入院してるらしいからな。そういう方面のケアは万全なんだろう。
When Takeya heard about Tomoyoko's illness, the place she was staying at, he was at a loss for words. It was only natural for him to react that way, I suppose. In fact, he's taking this much better than expected. Perhaps it's because Yoko-san is nothing but a stranger to him, or perhaps because he's figured something out from my behavior.
もちろん他言無用で頼むな。日本だと色々と騒がれるかもしれないし。
せつなちゃんにも。
せつなにこそ絶対に。
なんで？どう考えても理由の一つだろう。
こんなのただの言い訳だ。俺が間違った選択をしてることに変わりない。
Of course, the author once again telling me I make the wrong choice. Why can't you let me be happy with Kazusa? Come on, man.
ああ、そうだな。
Oh, man.
お前は間違ってる。せつなちゃんに正直に話すべきだった。
Damn, Takeya, let's go! You made the wrong choice. But your wrong choice wasn't choosing Kazusa. Your wrong choice was lying to Setsuna. You should have been honest with her. That's true. Setsuna hate liars the most. He should have been honest from the start. It would have been a lot easier on Setsuna if he was a bit more honest. And plus he engaged out of her to escape Kazusa. So that's not being honest with Setsuna either. So he always lied to her. The wrong choice Takeya was referring to was a bit different from what I was thinking of.
お前がそれを正直に話したら、せつなちゃんも一緒に背負ってくれようとするかもしれないじゃないか。
Then he's telling us about Setsuna Rao.
かもな。せつなだし。
But we both know that the central point of the issue is different between us.
そしたらさ、もしかしたらその先にもっといい答えがある可能性だって。
And then I start to understand. Takeya is drifting away from the point on purpose.
ないのか、そういう選択。今からでも3人で話し合うことできないのか。
Something tells me that Setsuna Rao's the true Rao. I'm not gonna lie. This entire route, the author keep telling me I made the wrong choice. And then he keep pointing at Setsuna Rao. What could have happened, right? What Takeya said was true. If he talked it up with Setsuna, then Setsuna would have made the right choice, the real right choice, and they could have solved everything together. Setsuna Rao's the only one where everyone's together. Setsuna Rao's the true Rao. Even what's her face? Yoko-san. Yoko-san said it's a different resolution from what I wanted. Right? It's a different ending than she wanted. She wanted an ending where her daughter is with her in Japan. So that's all pointing again, Setsuna around. Dang. Setsuna around was the real route. For us to share our wisdom together, carry each other burdens, and perhaps find a better solution to all this. Sharing the pain amongst the three of us, something I usually suggest.
もう無理だ。
なんで
But that choice is,
俺は上総と生きることを選んだんだ。刹那を巻き込まないって誓ったんだ。
巻き込まれた方が幸せなことだってある。せつなちゃんなら絶対にそう思ってくれる。
damn.
それでももうダメなんだ。
だからなんで。
もし3人で背負ったら俺はもう2人のうちから
Damn.
上総を選べなくなる。
お前
I could only make that kind of choice once I was determined to give up on Kazusa.
俺やっぱり上総が好きだった。俺だけのものにしたかったんだ。
But the Kazusa burden is shared among the three of us, and the three of us become happy because of that.
2年前吹っ切ったと思ってたけど違ってた。ずっと昔から何も変わってなかった。2年間自分でも気づかないうちに嘘を重ねてたんだ。
Then Kazusa would stop trying to make me hers. She'll disappear by herself before I know it.
だから刹那には頼れない。ただのエゴだよ。
There will be a future without Kazusa by my side. Three will find happiness. Two will find happiness in each other, while two will be left without the happiness than one. Damn, bruh. I like that one. Three will find happiness. This is Setsuna route, right? Setsuna route is three will find happiness. Two will find happiness in each other. Setsuna and Haruki, right? While two will be left without the happiness than one, which is Kazusa and Haruki. Because you know Haruki always wanted to choose Kazusa, but he always thought Kazusa never liked him until it was too late.
お前最低だな。
Yeah.
そしてトーマも最低だ。
This is for Haruki happiness.
上総は関係ない。全部俺の。
お前がどんなにかばっても、向こうにどんな事情があっても、トーマがひどいことをしたって事実に変わりはないんだよ。本当に愛し合ってる。婚約までしてる恋人同士を引き裂いてまで、男を自分のものにしようとしてんだぞ。
Damn, bro. If only they knew how Haruki engaged to Setsuna that night. Setsuna on all fours for hours.
今まで俺が見てきた中にも、そんなひでえ女いやしなかった。最悪の地雷だよ。
I had nothing to counter him with. Damn, Takia don't want to blame Haruki. He's blaming Kazusa. He can never blame Haruki. That's BFF. So he's gonna throw the hate to Kazusa. Stop it. Stop it. Because emotions are filling my mind rather than reason. No say bad things about Kazusa. Not my Kazusa. Nothing but those laughable responses came to my mind.
俺、お前のこと見損なってたよ。もっと分別のあるやつだって。少なくとも俺よりはって、そう思ってたんだ。
Takia sees that I have nothing to respond with, so he breathes a sigh as if he's had enough. Just a few moments before, he had shut down Io and Yanagihara-san and proclaimed himself as my ally.
今だって、
Dang.
本当は口も聞きたくないんだ。そのくらいお前のことを軽蔑してんだよ。
ごめん。
But in time, even Takia leaves my side.
けど俺、
Damn.
お前の親友だから。望みがないって分かってるけど、それでも、まだお前の親友だからさ。
Yeah, Takia, a true homie. Through and through, he always been our friend. No matter what, No matter what route we pick, Takia was our friend.
タケヤ。
だからこれが最後の頼みだ。頼むよ春樹。元のお前に戻ってくれよ。お前が一言せつなちゃんの元に戻るって言ってくれれば、俺が何もかも元通りに戻してやる。
お前。
イオも友もみんな説得する。お前の言ってしまったこと全部なかったことにしてやる。だから
This guy.
頼むから撤回してくれ。悪い冗談だったって笑いながら謝ってくれればいいんだよ。
Really was a true friend of mine. The only one I had. And I'd probably never be able to see him again. He was another person I considered most important to me, in a different way than both Setsuna and Kazusa.
タケヤ。俺無理だよ。
Damn. He was someone that was truly precious to me.
最初から間違ってるって分かってるんだ。それでも最初から直すつもりがないんだよ。
なんでだよ。信じらんねえよ。どうしてだよ春樹。
Oh my god! The sun got my eye! Oh! Oh god! Oh, the sun is too fucking bright! Oh god, what the fuck's happening to the sun? I can't see! What the fuck? The sun got very bright for a second. I don't know why. Damn, bruh. I'm not gonna lie. This hurts way more. This hurts way more than Io abandoning us. Way more than Setsuna. Takia cutting Takia off. Oh fuck, it hurts too much, bruh. Setsuna, I can smile about it. I'm like, Setsuna's gone. Alright, I'm cool with it. Io's gone, it hurts a little bit, but okay. Tomo, I never cared about Tomo in the first place. Takia, damn. It hurts too much. Takia, no. We will never see him again. It's been last time. Last time. Oh man, oh no, this dirt. This dust, dirty ass room, bro. There's dust everywhere getting in my eyes. What the fuck? Dang. It hurts too much. We gotta leave Takia behind. It's over. We can't be friends anymore. Sorry, Takia. Damn it, I'm such an idiot. I only realized how precious our friendship is when I'm about to lose it.
俺いつもこんなだよ。基本的にバカなんだ。
All of this is really so stupid. Everything I've done up until now could only be described that way.
正しいことをしようと思うけど間違える。何が正しいのか分かってるのにそれでも間違ったことをしてしまうんだ。
New discoveries, happiness, frustration, pain, and nostalgia that I once shared with him were brought to my mind.
だからって間違いすぎだろよ。俺にだってできねえぞ。せつなちゃん、あんないい子を捨てるなんて。
In this hopeless situation, the expression he desperately tried to keep to prevent himself from crying slackened for just a moment. Haruki probably told him too, right? Haruki probably told Takia he's moving. He's going to Vina.
撤回してくれよ。でないと俺、今度こそ本当にお前のこと軽 別しなくちゃならなくなるんだぞ。
分かってるよ。
お前をかばえなくなる。かばいたくなくなる。最低なやつだって認めてしまうんだぞ。
もうこれ以上俺をかばうな。お前まで友達なくすぞ。
春樹、お前マジかよ。
Thank you, Takia.
嘘だ、嘘だろ。
Please, don't cry anymore. Because I don't have the right to cry. I don't have the right to be sad. All this is due to my own actions. There's not a single thing that couldn't have been prevented. I'm willingly chose this avoidable fate out of my own desire alone.
もう行けよ。これ以上話しても平行線だ。
Don't cry, Takia.
待てよ、待ってくれよ。
Nah, Takia, it's over. Just go. You're making this harder. The longer you stay, the more painful it is. Just go, Takia. I'm really grateful to you, Takia. Thanks to you, I found a tiny bit of salvation.
お前が行かないなら俺が先に行くわ。じゃあな。
Haruki made the right choice. He didn't want to cry. He had to go. Like I said, the longer he stays, the more painful it is.
許さねえ。一生許さないからな、春樹。
It's already been destroyed, though. Even so, up until a few moments ago, there was a true friendship between us.
さよなら、竹谷。
ふざけんな。
I can go on believing that. Oh man, I got something in my eye again. Oh man, let me make sure I clean all that out. This room is strangely more dusty than I remember. It is close, right? For spring cleaning. Gotta clean up this room. Dang, we lost a true friend though. Well, like Haruki said, we can't cry. This is the path we chose. No point in regretting it now. It seems like the trains are still operating. And this station that never sleeps, even in the middle of the snowy night, the ticket gates continue to spew forth countless people. Perhaps I felt relief by seeing the big crowd of people in front of the station. Or perhaps I felt overwhelmed by all the things that just happened up until now. And before I knew it, I was looking up at the sky. The bright lights of the city make most of the stars invisible, with only the bright moon watching over the city. It felt like I was dreaming. Of course, it was not a good dream. It was the first friend I ever made after I enrolled in high school. Oh, he was a high school, alright. I thought it was a middle school friend. He was always at the center of all my relationship problems. I thought that our friendship would stick around whether I wanted it or not. I worried about their future. The two of them stuck together for longer than Taki and me. Yet they're never honest with each other, so I get irritated at how nothing ever progressed between them. I thought to myself that one day I would be able to do something for them, the same way they helped me out. Yet all the strings that brought us three together have been cut loose, all because of my own mistakes, and my mistakes alone. Even so, with the way things have turned out, I don't even have the time to lament over it. I can't even cry over Yanagihari-san hitting me, hating me, Io being fed up with me, and losing my best friend, Takia. Tell me, God, was what I did truly so awful? Yeah.
はい、北原です。
小木曽です。刹那の父です。
Oh, fuck.
こんばんは。
Oh my god. Yes, of course it was. It's gonna get harder now. We're gonna get our ass beat.
あれ、北原さん。
Takehiro, not now. I thought the bicycle passing by me stopped to make my way for me, Yeah, it's a writer spoke with a voice I recognize.
何どうしたの今日は。うちに
高弘くんこそこんな時間から出かけるの？
Yet, I wouldn't call the meeting miraculous. Just a small coincidence. After all, I'm only 200 meters away from the Okuso household.
それがさ、レイトショーのチケット2枚もらったんだ。友達と見ようって約束してたやつだったし、今日は舞台挨拶もあるっていうから渡りに船でさ。
へえ、もらったんだ。
あ、母さんから。知り合いにこの映画館の株主がいるらしくてさ。
Stocks in the theater, AMC stocks.
そう。
And the reason for Takahiro-kun being out at this time is neither a coincidence nor a miracle. He was lured out.
うち来ても姉ちゃんいないよ。1時間くらい前に柳原さんが来て一緒に出かけた。
そうなんだ。
So they even lured away Setsuna.
おかしいな。今日会う約束してた？
いや、違うよ。今日は君ん家に行くんじゃないんだ。この先に別の用があるだけで。
Is he trying to be considerate, or did his mother tell him to?
ああ、そういえばさ、北原さんに会ったからついでに聞いちゃうけど。
何？
最近姉ちゃんと喧嘩でもした？
どうしてそう思うのかな？
It was a very predictable question.
だってさ、最近変なんだよ。仕事から帰ってきたらすぐ部屋に引きこもっちゃうし、食事も外で済ませてきてリビングには顔出さないし。
And the way Takahiro described Setsuna's current condition was also something that I anticipated.
一昨日なんか廊下で顔を合わせたのに、なんか避けるように部屋に逃げ込むんだぜ。
As is the fact that Takahiro-kun has noticed by now that something is wrong with her.
いい加減俺も腹立って何度も部屋ノックしたらさ、これ見よがしに鍵かける音がしてさ。なるほど、やっぱり心当たりあるんだ。そうやって黙り込んじゃうところを見るとさ。
叶わないな、君には。
Truly, I am no match for the Ogiso family and their love for each other. Everyone always concerned for each other. Even the slightest change of behavior catches their attention. And they don't hesitate to try helping each other. Something that never existed in the Kirihara family is something that is completely one-sided in the Tomo family. That kind of heartwarming love.
何やってんだよ、北原さん。ついこの間婚約したばっかでさ。
そうだね。
I was supposed to become part of this family before long. That shiny jewel of Setsuna finger was supposed to light up my way to a brighter future.
ちゃんと早く仲直りしといてくれよ。いい加減、うちの雰囲気悪いんだよね。
ごめん。
But I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
だから謝らなくてもいいってば。ちゃんと態度で示してくれれば
Damn,
さ。
bro, he's such a good kid.
悪い。そろそろ行かないと。
But there is absolutely nothing I can do other than apologize.
まあ、じゃあね。
楽しんでおいで。
Takehiro's out and Setsuna's away. The only people waiting for me in the Ogiso household are those two. In other words, this is something they don't want their children to see, or have a conversation they don't want them to hear. Oh shit.
ねえ、トモ。さっきからどうして何も言わないの？何もって？人を無理やり外に連れ出したかと思ったら、ずっとお茶飲んでぼーっとしてるだけ。暇だったからね。そんなはずないよね。いつもの友なら少しでも時間が空いたらエステかトレーニングじゃない。たまには何もしたくない週末もあるって。私のこと気にしてくれたんだよね。先週のこと心配してくれたんだよね。何のことかな。この前はごめんね。恥ずかしいところ見せちゃって。謝る必要なんかないよ。だって私は刹那の味方で友達で。ありがとう。でも 私大丈夫だから。これからも頑張るって決めたから。だからあんな恥ずかしいことをしておいてなんだけど。
She all better? I
忘れ
can't
てほしい
tell.
んだ。あの時のこと。
She's good at acting. I can't tell if she's really better or not.
忘れるって、さっきとも何のことかなって言ってくれたよね。だから難しいことじゃないよね。私は泣いてなかった。そもそも泣くようなことなんか何もなかった。刹那、確かに少しへこむことがあったのは本当だけど、でも
Damn, Setsuna never gave up.
何度もこういうことあった。何度も。それはだから今度も頑張る。
Oh man.
一生懸命頑張る。ずっとそうやって一緒に歩いてきたんだもん。今度だって絶対に大丈夫だよ。刹那、やめようよ。無理して強く振る舞うの。
Damn, we're.
やめようよ。
Damn. Setsuna, why you gotta be like this?
無理じゃないよ。だって心を強く持てば報われないことはないって私に教えてくれたのは。そんなに頑張らないでよ。泣いていいんだよ。刹那は傷ついていいんだ。今は。何言ってるのよ。もっと弱い自分を見せてもいいんだよ。私たちにも、そして彼にもさ。違うよ。人に頼っちゃいけない。これは私の心の問題。私が心を強く持ちさえすれば絶対に解決する。今刹那がやるべき一番正しいことは北原さんにすがりつくことだよ。だから違うよ。なりふり構わないことだよ。かっこつけないことだよ。自分のせいにしないことだよ。抱え込まないことだよ。違うんだってば。行かないでって。絶対に別れないって。本当の心の内話すことだよ。彼にもみんなにも。そうすれば彼はきっと戻ってくる。自分がどれだけ刹那を傷つけてたかを思い知れば。だって責任感強い人だもん。
It's too late. You can't do that. He already did too much. He's not going back.
私たちも力貸すから。絶対に北原さんの気持ち動かしてみせるから。余計なことしなくていいよ。私たちの3人の問題だよ。あなたたちは関係ない。関係ないってそんな。ごめん、ちょっと言い方きつくなっちゃった。でも本当何もしなくていいから。私は別に気にしないけどさ、それって水沢さんや飯塚さんに悪いんじゃない？今まで何度助けてもらったと思ってるの？分かってる。みんな大好き。それでもごめんなさい。今回だけは。なんで？だってきっとみんな春樹くんを責める。彼が間違ってるって、そんな間違ったこと言い出す。
They're already doing that. They did that behind your back, Setsuna. They all blame Haruki. Every single one of them, except for Takia. Takia blamed Kazusa.
つまりそれくらい彼が刹那に言ったのってひどいことなんだよね。私たちが理解できないって思うくらい。そういうこと言うから話したくないんだよ。 だからみんなが介入するのを避けてるんだ。彼に一方的に非があるって分かってるからこそ。春樹くんは間違ってない。ただちょっとすれ違っただけだよ。話し合えば絶対に分かってくれるんだよ、せつな。だからお願い、今は春樹くんに何も言わないで。私が話すから。時間をかけてゆっくり話すから。
All I want to do is be happy with Kazusa. Why does game gotta be like this? Why can't I just be happy with Kazusa? Dang, bruh.
彼のことなら私が一番よく分かってる。お願い、今はとにかくそっとしておいて。
Didn't even let me choose in the beginning. I would have chose Kazusa in the very, very beginning. It's messed up. Of course, who would say no to the prettiest girl in school? Right? If the prettiest girl in school asks you out, you'll say yeah. You're not obligated to anyone. But he didn't know. He didn't know he really loved Kazusa like that.
せつな私なんとかするから。だから彼を絶対に追い込んだりしないで。もう遅いよ。
休みの日に呼び立てて悪かったね。
Oh my god.
いえ、そんなことはありません。
Then we gotta do it. We gotta break everyone's hearts. By the time I entered the living room, the mood was already painfully heavy. Maybe it was because of the weight I carry with me here, or perhaps it's caused by Setsuna's parents that the thought of speaking to me. This probably is because of both.
本来なら私たちが直接君と話すようなことは、しかも刹那のいない時にというのはあまり褒められたことではないのは分かっている。
別にそんなことを気にしていません。
ただ家内が刹那のことをとても気にかけていてね。それに北原君は他人というには少し違うと思っている。異論があるなら訂正させてもらうが。
Correct them. Correct them, Haruki. We ain't family.
異論なんてないです。
Damn.
嬉しいことだと思ってます。
Alright. Hearing that was supposed to be something happy. Oh. Damn, a little bit freaked out. It never happened when I play visual novels. Now it's happening now. What the hell? I visited the Ogiso family more times than I can count. And Setsuna's mother and Takahiro-kun have long since considered me as part of the family. Yet today is the first time I'm hearing her father suggest such a thing.
それじゃあ本題に入ろうか。
はい。
And now I can't even feel the slightest happiness over being accepted as someone close to the family.
まず確認だが、北原君、私たちが今日なぜ君を呼んだのか。はい。
Setsuna's father and I face one another, while her mother looks at us from the side, clearly restless, and shuffling between looking at us and looking away. Almost like a completely different person than a woman who would gossip to me about Setsuna's complaints and fondness toward me, only to get glared at Setsuna for it. Tension, uncertainty, worry, and fear mixed together in her eyes. Those eyes tell me she is praying.
今月の初め頃、前回ここに来た時、君は刹那との将来のことについていろいろと含みがあるようなことを言ってい
た。お父さん、それはほら、勝手に決めつけてたのは私と高弘で。
Damn.
それに随分と先の話だって。
And most likely, I'm looking back at them with the same look on my face as hers.
そういうことなら訂正してくれればいい。何の約束もなかったと。刹那と将来について 相談したことなどないと。
いえ。
I put my hands on my lap and closed them tightly. There's enough sweat in my clenched fist to spill out between my fingers. I can tell exactly how this is going to play out.
あの時の少し前、セツナにお嬢さんに指輪を渡しました。そして将来のことを申し込みました。
A chain of events that I never desired, but one that I can't avoid.
それはつまり結婚を前提にと、そういうことだと思っていいんだね。
はい。あの時は。
Damn, at the time.
あの時はか。
The two of them may have thought that those words were a slip of the tongue.
それはつまりどういうことなのかな。私たちはまだあの時の認識のままでいいのかな。
However, it was planned from the start. It means to guide the conversation in the right direction.
君はセツナとうちの娘と将来を共にしたいと思っている。そう考えていいのかな。
それは。
It's a direction that I do not want to head in, yet one I cannot avoid. No matter how many times I think of getting away from it, I always end up back here again. So I want to at least avoid prolonging the pain. Not just for myself, but for Setsuna parents too.
ごめんなさい。あの時とは事情が変わりました。
北原さん。
俺はセツナとは、お嬢さんとは結婚できません。プロポーズ撤回させてください。
Oh, I'm so sorry, bro. Please, let this be over with already. I acknowledge all my wrongdoings, so hurry up and give me my judgment. I'll accept any punishment, so please quickly acknowledge my error. What's gonna happen after that? They're gonna beat his ass.
何それ。今ちょうど話し合っているところ。あなたの両親と彼。今日セツナを連れ出したのはさ、頼まれたんだ。あなたのお母さんにセツナ抜きで北原さんと話し合いたいからって。どうしてなんでそんなこと。分かってたからじゃない。セツナがいると絶対に北原さんをかばうからって。そんなこと聞いてないよ。なんでお父さんとお母さんが。トモ、あなたが喋ったの？
Oh shit. Setsuna, calm down.
言い出したのお母さんからだよ。とっくに気づかれてたんだよ。セツナの様子ただごとじゃないって。
Dude, how do we calm down Setsuna? I have no answer. We can't calm her down.
だから昨日北原さん呼び出して本当のところ聞いてみた。飯塚さんと水沢さんに協力してもらって、ヒヨと竹谷くんまで。もうみんな知ってるんだよ。北原さんがセツナになんて言ったのか。どんなひどいことをしちゃったのか。もうセツナ一人でなんとかできる話じゃないよ。だってセツナ北原さん許しちゃうもん。彼を反省させることできないもん。反省なんて。だってする必要ないよ。ただ3人でいられる方法を考えれば、もっといい方法さえ思いつけば。そんなんじゃ北原さん帰ってこないよ。トーマカズサと一緒にヨーロッパ行っちゃうよ。やめてやめてやめてやめて。 してみんな春樹くんを追い詰めるの？なんでそんなに急いで結論を出そうとするの？それはだって今のあの人言ってることめちゃくちゃだよ。刹那にしたことあまりにもひどすぎるよ。まだ終わってない。私たち全然終わってないのに、どうして関係ない人たちが勝手に終わらせようとするのよ。関係ない。やめてってば。春樹くんを否定するのは、思い込みだけで起こるのは、終わったって決めつけるのはやめて。そんなこと言わないでよ。
She believe. She still got a chance.
帰る。これで足りるよね。私刹那のことが心配でさ。もう電話してこないで。かけてきても取らないから。
Oh, Setsuna, no! She don't have friends. Setsuna, don't do this. I mean, Setsuna doesn't have friends. We all know that.
そりゃ悪かったと思うけどさ。でもさ、そんな言い方ってないじゃん。
Fuck, man. Why is choosing the Kazusa route the most painful route? Fuck. Then everybody getting their feelings hurt. For Tomo. Tomo route win. Tomo route win. Damn, bruh. I just want to be with Kazusa. Fuck. Setsuna's dad is looking at me with a stern look. And her mom can't stop crying. They're both deeply affected by my selfish words coming from their daughter's ex-boyfriend, which means they don't see me as just her boyfriend. They reminded they saw me as someone special to the family.
理由を聞こうか。
他に好きな女性ができました。
Damn.
そんな。
Which is why my words also have a weight heavier than the words of an ex-boyfriend, a weight heavy enough to crush their hearts. I can imagine the emotions that are violently boiling within them right now. They must be furious and grief-stricken at how I ended up ruining their daughter, who they raised with utmost love and care. And I imagine they're also carrying an immeasurably deep hatred toward me.
そんなのいくらなんでも嘘よね。あなたがそんなことを刹那に言うはずが。
お母さん。
No! You can't call it that, Haruki. Even so, they still try to assume the best of me.
本当は何か別に理由があったんでしょ？あの子がひどいわがままを言ったりとか。
そんなことないです。全く。
お式のこととか、招待客で揉めたとか。
Oh God.
それとも結婚後もお仕事を続けるかどうかで意見が合わなかったとか。
ですから違います。
もし私たちが口出ししたせいだったら、そんなこと気にしなくていいのよ。当人同士の意思が一番大事ですもの。だからね。
違うんですお母さん。本当に俺の一方的な心変わりです。刹那は何も悪くありません。
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I just want to be happy with Kazusa, bruh. I never wanted to go out with Setsuna. I didn't know things would turn out like this. I didn't know. I just went with the flow. I didn't have a choice, so I had to say yes. I didn't know it would turn out like this. The unwarranted trust. And the pain I feel as I watch it all collapse without leaving a trace.
君は
And then,
君はそういうことだけは言わない男だと思っていた。
お父さん。
I've had time to tend to my wounds. The next sharp needle pierces my chest.
立場上、お互い印象は良くなかったかもしれない。私は君のことを避けていたし、君は私を煙たがっていたかもしれない。
そんなことはなかったです。
しかし、私が君にそういう態度を取ったのは、君が刹那に全面的に信頼され、愛されているからで、それが私にはもう覆せないことだと思っていたからで。
He's controlling his emotions and speak calmly. However, his calmness does not suggest a lack of emotion for my betrayal at all.
それ見たことかとか、お前は騙されているんだとか、そういう言葉では絶対に娘を諭せない。心の底から刹那を一番に考えてくれている、嫌になるくらい信頼できる男だと思っていたから。
ごめんなさい。
I raised my voice without realizing it. I have almost no memories left of being scolded by my father, yet I can feel that the might in this man's voice has that same sternness. I had even dreamed about the day I could call him my father, where he could give me a light scolding over a pint of beer. Yet the words he speaks to me now are neither kind nor are they affectionately trying to lecture me. It was a powerful and stern voice that was defending a man's family from an enemy.
ごめんなさい。申し訳ありません。
Seeing that his words made me shrunk, he lets out a sorrowful sigh. I couldn't even come up with an excuse, much less contradict him. In the end, I could never tell him I'm not wrong.
それで、これからどうするつもりなんだね。
刹那とはもう一度話し合います。分かってくれとは言えませんが、せめて早く忘れてくれるように。
しかし君はこの町にいる。同じ町で暮らして働いて、電車や道端で顔を合わせるかもしれない。
それは。
なのにそんなことを言うのは酷な話じゃないのか。ずっと刹那の近くにいながら忘れろだなんて。
安心してください。もう二度と会うことはないと思います。
それをどうやって私たちに信じろと言うんだ。
俺、もうすぐこの町から離れます。4月から海外で暮らすつもりです。
海外？もしかして転勤ということか。
Nah, I quit.
刹那と別れるというのも本当はそれが原因なんじゃ。あの子を待たせるのがかわいそうだからって、それで。
I quit, bruh.
違うんです、お母さん。
Setsuna mother is desperately trying to find a proper explanation that puts me in a positive light up until the very end. And as a result, the sins I have committed only become more vivid in my mind.
彼女が向こうに住んでるんです。ウィーンに行きます。今までいろいろとお世話になりました。
She finally realized it. She realized who my partner is. She realized that it's the friend Setsuna once brought home from school 5 years ago.
もういいですか？それともまだ何かありますか？
I'm trying to run away right now. The way I tried to avoid any further question was the utterly despicable attempt to end the conversation.
もしこれ以上話すことがないようでしたら、俺そろそろ。
Even so, I have no other choice right now. I didn't have the strength to bring up her name here. I stand up and bow to the two parents who are still stiff as two rocks and open the living room door. Right in front of the door, I bump into someone in the corridor. And Setsuna's mother, who realized that someone was, opened her tear-filled red eyes in horror. In other words, I wasn't the only one who didn't expect
聞い
this.
てたの？
His shoulder was shaking. Oh, it's Takahiro! I thought it was Setsuna. His head was hanging in the darkness. So his friend was so his face was hidden. Yet both of his hands were clenched in anger. His whole body looked petrified. Damn, I can't do this too, bro. You don't know. Damn, he trusted you. Haruki. That alone was enough for me to tell how long he had been listening for. His feelings came through to me almost painfully.
ごめん、高弘君。俺。
Just gonna punch him. He clenched his fist, flew into the air. I kind of saw that coming. I calmly closed my eyes.
なんだよそれ。なんなんだよ。あんた一体何言ってんだよ。頭おかしいんじゃないのか。
I feel a heavy impact on the back of my head, and the pain was spread from my cheek to my mouth. A warm metallic taste spread to the depth of my nose and my throat.
ごめん。ごめんな。
話しかけんな。姉ちゃんはどうなるんだよ。付属の頃から付き合ってきたんじゃないのかよ。婚約したんじゃなかったのかよ。俺の兄貴になるつもりだったんじゃないのかよ。
高弘。
返せよ。姉ちゃんの5年間を。あんたにめちゃめちゃにされた5年を返してくれよ。北原。やめなさい高弘。やめなさいってば。お父さん。
Dang, bruh. They're just prolonging it. Setsuna's gonna come in. Why is the table flipped?
それで春樹くんは
I just want to be with Kazusa, man.
春樹くんは
Fuck.
ついさっき帰った。まだ5分も経ってない。やめなさい、刹那。もう遅い。今から外出なんて認めないぞ。
ふざけないでよ。みんなで春樹くんにひどいことして、やってたかって彼のこと傷つけて。刹那嫌い。
Damn.
みんな嫌い。大嫌い。
姉ちゃん。
春樹くんを追い詰める人なんか、彼を私から引き離そうとする人たちなんか大嫌い。
My burning hot cheeks are grazed by the cold wind, and the pain that was numb to finally make itself known. I still have tunnel vision. The blood from the cut in my mouth mixed with the blood from my nose, and a horrible taste envelops my tongue. Yet I was oblivious to the pain from all these wounds up until a short while ago.
やめなさい、高弘。やめろと言ってるのかわからないのか。他人に暴力を振るうんじゃない。この人はうちとは何の関係もない人だ。北原君、うちの息子がひどいことをした。どうか許してくれ。もし病院に行くような怪我だったら治療費は責任を持って全額負担する。本当にすまなかった。そしてどうかお願いだ。私から呼び出しておいて失礼だとは思う。しかし二度とここへは来ないでほしい。
Yeah, I know that.
ごめんなさい。
Damn, bro, I guess we can't be in Japan anymore. Her father words, her mother crying, and her brother relentless fists. Those actions that reinforce the fact that they loved their family. The realization of that hurts, because it felt like my heart was going to be torn in two. We haven't seen this in a while. It's just in a part-time job.
よかった。
Damn.
間に合った。
where we first met Setsuna. And for a second time, my physical pain is chased away by sheer emotional pain.
刹那なんで
近道があるんだ。近所に住んでる人しか知らない
Yeah.
狭い裏道なんだけどね。
Even though she was completely out of breath, Setsuna continued to explain. Yet her explanation wasn't the reason she chased me, only the reason she caught up with me.
ちょっと冷たいけど我慢してね。
This is where we first talked to Setsuna. Well, not really first, but truly talked to her. Setsuna took out a handkerchief and wet in it by a nearby water fountain. Just like she said, even my burning cheek felt like they were going to freeze over. Yet I couldn't feel sorry for myself, because I felt at the same time the coldness of Setsuna's hands as she gripped the handkerchief.
ごめんね。高弘がとんでもないことしちゃって。
刹那が謝ることじゃないし、もちろん高弘君も悪くなんかない。
悪いよ。こんなに傷つけて。私の大事な人なのに。みんなひどい。
刹那。
Setsuna, don't be like this. Don't lose your friends and family. The cruel one here is me. Yet even now, Setsuna is still defending me. Her true feelings, her escape from reality, and her numerous misunderstandings blended together, and her feelings for me have become even stronger than before. Almost like me, she's making enemies of everyone around her.
今度は死ねるかもしれないけど、こっちも我慢ね。
いいよ、そんな。
ほら、動かないで。大人なら我慢できるよ。
Setsuna didn't allow me to speak about what happened. When she appeared in front of me, she was holding a first aid box in both hands, a big box with every possible necessity. The fact that I came over, that I spoke to her parents, and that I got myself injured. Overwhelmed with so many truths that disturbed her heart, Setsuna threw all her thoughts away and instead chose to come running with this heavy box.
ごめん。
Her rash behavior, her adorableness, and the lovable way she's harboring these assumptions as she heals the wounds on my cheeks. And with them, I can feel a bit of pain, coldness, and never-ending warmth. Damn, bro, you know, this ending causes her to be really happy. How did he foreshadow it? Right? This may be a very painful experience, but the outcome will be many times more happy. He better be right, bruh. This is
はい、
it's painful.
これでおしまい。お疲れ様でした。
After finally applying some gauze around my mouth and sticking it in a place with tape, Setsuna puts the materials back into the first aid box. All with a composed expression, all while we're in an atmosphere that's no different to how things used to be. It's almost as if nothing had happened, almost as if the two of us were back to our old selves.
ちょっと喋りにくいかな。何か喋ってみて。
もう俺をかばおうとするなよ。
そんなこと喋ってって言ってるんじゃないよ。一言でいいんだよ。ただテープが剥がれないか確かめたいだけなんだよ。
Yeah, all that was a front that could be broken apart with a single word.
間違ってる人間に手を差し伸べるなよ。もういい加減に自分を傷つけるのは。
それを決めるのは私だよ。春樹くんにどうこう言われることじゃないよ。
Yet that stubbornness. The first time I realized that Setsuna would never admit any faults in me was back then.
3人でいいよ。ただずっと3人でいたかったから。私を仲間外れにしてほしくなかったから。3人がいいんだよ。だから何も終わってないんだよ、私たち。
Hey.
行こう、春樹くん。まだ終わってないんだよ、私たち。
Right now, we're sharing the moments about the same place and the same time. But that's not a coincidence. Because the situation back then and right now are far too similar to each other.
そうだよ。だってそれこそが私が昔から望んでいたことだもの。
刹那。
春樹くんとカズサと私の3人に戻ろう。あの学園祭の祭りの前の日に戻ろうよ。
5 years have passed, yet Setsuna is still the same.
私のせいでカズサがいなくなって、もう二度と実現できないって思ってた。
Why before the school's festival? To reset, right? You can't have Kazusa have the advantage, so everything gotta be to 0. Haruki go out with nobody. We gotta reset. It's too hard to ask Haruki to go back with Setsuna, right? She knows that. So she thinks her best possible choice is to reset everything. Reload the save. She decides that everything is her own fault, and comes up with these contrived reasons to show why I'm faultless.
だから春樹くんと2人で同じ大きさの違う幸せを積み上げていくことになるんだって、一緒に生きていくんだって、そう信じてた。
Always putting herself in the worst position.
けどそれができないのなら、違う、できないのは辛くない、悔しくない。
Ever.
ただ5年前の今と同じくらい、それ以上の大きな幸せに包まれるだけだよ。
However, Setsuna.
だから
Oh my god.
ねえ春樹くん、私を入れてよ。仲間外れにしないでよ。
I don't know what to say. I want to say yes, but having a harem is illegal. We can't say yes. This is too close to the real world. I'm sorry, Setsuna. You can only choose one. This time alone.
ダメだよ。
How they chose you before on your own route. This time I'm choosing Kazusa.
どうして？
Because I love Setsuna too much to keep the balance even between the three of us.
そんなの誰も認めてくれるわけないだろ。
誰も認めてくれなくてもいいよ。
Oh.
3人が幸せになれるんなら、私は他には何も。
Even so, if I were to force myself to accept the three of us being together, I won't be able to return to just the two of us ever again. That goes for both Kazusa and Setsuna.
ダメだ。刹那までそんなこと言うな。
I only end up making the two people I care about more than anyone else in the world completely miserable. Chaining them to myself in a limbo where I closely tied to the both of them, yet also indecisive at the same time.
言うよ、言わせてよ。だって私、春樹くんもカズサも大好きなのに、せっかくまた3人に戻れるかもしれないのに。
俺ウィーンに行くんだ。だからもう3人は無理なんだよ。
Oh. So I had to make the choice, the future without Setsuna. Even it means I have to use different means. I cannot involve Setsuna in the future without light at the end of the tunnel.
カズサと一緒に行くんだ。
Setsuna slowly puts her fingers on my shoulder. If she embraced me or kissed me, I wouldn't have the strength to push her away. She doesn't get any closer than that, even now. She's trying her best to not cause me more trouble. Or rather...
だったら私も行く。
Oh god.
ウィーンに一緒に。
No, Setsuna, stop!
刹那
Stop it! She's giving me up to Kazusa.
これからも春樹くんと、
God damn it.
そしてこれからはカズサとも一緒にいる。
You see that pause? She forgot about Kazusa.
足手まといになんかならないから。
Without questioning how unreasonable Kazusa and I are being, she brings back all the guilt she was supposed to have thrown away 2 years ago.
ダメだ。
どうして？
If everything is her responsibility, then everything will be solved if she merely changes herself. Those are the nightmarish delusions she is trying to convince herself of.
だって刹那には家族がいる、ヒヨがいる、柳原がいる、他にもたくさんのつながる人たちがいる。
そんなのなくしたっていい。
Damn it, Setsuna, no. We can't let you destroy everything that you care about. Haruki could do it, but you can't do it. You need them. Even as I'm making a choice that would bring happiness to no one, she's denying it with a choice with even more miserable outcome.
家族も友達も仕事も、私たち3人以外に欲しいものなんか何も。
Setsuna, no.
いいわけないだろ。そんなの耐えられるわけないだろ。
If she makes such a depraved decision, she'll inevitably get hurt. After all, Setsuna just isn't the kind of person who can live without interaction with others around her. She's the kind of person who asks for help and helps others, the kind who supports others in their time of need and let others help her with her own weaknesses. Setsuna is, or rather, most people are like that. Setsuna is the kind of person who can firmly plant her roots in this world, just like a normal person does. That's why if she becomes uprooted from the earth, she'll be separated from the world and wither away. Moreover,
刹那だけじゃない。カズサだって。
至らないところは改める。無理せずに頑張る。カズサとしっかり話し合う。
oh good.
だから
無理だよ。刹那がいくら頑張ってもカズサが頑張れない。
取らないよ。もうカズサの春樹くん取ったりしないから。
No, that's not it, Setsuna. Kazusa still loves you too. She always loved you. But this is different. The three of us that you're thinking of is not the same as the one Kazusa is thinking of. What you want is the three of us that exist in a broader world. A group surrounded by warmth and kindness, and sometimes sternness from loved one. A vast and proper way of life. That's not what Kazusa sees. No matter how much she tried to broaden her horizons throughout these 5 years, it never worked out. The only place where she belonged was with Yoko-san, and within her memories. The piano introduced Kazusa to a broader world, but it couldn't provide her with that world. It's because she rejected it. If Setsuna is a tree that plant roots, and Kazusa is a tumbleweed. It's just not possible for her to extend her roots and live firmly. She must find water to sustain herself little by little as she goes, separated from the ground and the world.
俺だけなんだ。あいつに必要なの俺だけなんだよ。
It's not a matter of whether I love her or not. As someone who has lived in contact with the broad horizons of the world up until now, and as someone who can live without that world, I alone can be the water she needs. That's all there is to it.
刹那、もう俺のこと忘れてくれ。
But there's no way Setsuna would understand, even if I did tell her.
俺も刹那のこと忘れるから。
So I can tell her these words of farewell.
カズサと行くよ。俺、カズサと一緒に行くんだ。
I'm going with Kazusa. There's no longer anyone but us two. I'll start living in a world for Kazusa alone. If it means protecting Kazusa, I might be the only one coming into contact with the world. But I won't bring that world with me back to Kazusa. I won't waver anymore. No one can enter the world for Kazusa and me. Dang, he broke up with everybody. Not just Setsuna. That's it, right? Everyone done.
Oh,
Damn, bruh. Everybody. Cut off connection with everybody. Now all we have is Kazusa. Even Yoko-san. Kazusa doesn't have her mom anymore.
何やってんだよ、こんなとこで。今、何時だと思ってんだ。
Damn, what a day. The entire day he broke off with his friends, Setsuna family, and Setsuna herself. I don't remember if it was me or Setsuna who left first. I don't remember which road I used to return here. Yet before I knew it, I was in front of my apartment. And late in the night, well, after midnight, someone was waiting for me in a freezing entranceway.
お前、その顔。
先にこっちの質問に答えろよ。順番だろ。
It was Kazusa who was waiting for me outside the door, breathing warm air into her world-famous hands.
部屋で待ってたんだけど、お前なかなか帰ってこないから、それで電話してみても繋がらなかったから。
ああ、切ってた。悪い。
だからちょっとマンションの外に出てみて、ちょっと駅前まで迎えに行ってみて。
Dang.
行き違いだったら嫌だなって急いで戻って。
I don't regret nothing. All those relationships, I don't regret it. As long as it has Kazusa, I think everything will be okay.
で、やっぱ帰ってないから部屋でふて寝しようとして、結局眠れなくって、
Oh,
最初に戻る。
で、
I love her.
あとはそれを5回繰り返し。
そんな暇があったら早く寝ろ。お前、もうコンサートまで1週間切ってるんだぞ。
What an idiot. How counterproductive can she be?
そんなことよりも順番だ。春樹、お前その顔。
Some random kid punched me. I couldn't fall back. It's illegal. Wait a minute. Yeah, he's still in high school. Yeah, it's illegal. Can't hit minors.
ああ、そうだ。これ飲むか。さっきコンビニで買ってきたんだけど。
あからさまに逃げやがった。
さて、何のことやら。
本当にどうしたんだよ。怪我してきたりワインなんか買ってきたり。
帰り道で飲もうとしたんだけど。
けど
お前に餌与えてないことに気がついたから。
今何時だと思ってんだ。
But that part of her dragged me out a little from the pit of despair.
本当はさ、お前また私に黙って勝手に傷ついてきたんだろ。顔だけじゃなく心もさ。
さて、何のことやら。
He's about to cry. She shouldn't do this, providing relief to the person who deserves nothing but condemnation.
私に黙って自分を追い込むな。お前はもう
Dang.
お前のものじゃないんだぞ。
お前の体はもうお前だけのものじゃないだろ。必要な部分まで省略するな。
What she said.
似たようなものだ。お前は私のものだ。
カズさん。
I'm sure Setsuna breaking into tears right now. Yeah, and I caused the smiles of the Ogiso family to disappear. Everything is my fault. Yeah, I'm the one being comforted.
相変わらずお前は誰でも追い込むんだな。相手だけじゃなく自分にも容赦しない。世界一のいじめっ子だよ。
Yeah.
俺が傷ついてるって思うなら、もうちょっと 優しく慰めようとかいう気はないのか。
But because you keep clinging on to me, I can't help finding solace in you.
へえ、春樹はどんなコースがお望み？
I want a hug. It hurts. I just want a hug.
その
Yo,
何も
he
言わずに
knows.
優しく抱きしめるとか。
Honestly, a hug helps a lot of people. Sometimes you just gotta hug them, right? They're having a bad day. A hug will turn everything around. I can't help trying to obtain what I'm not allowed to desire.
してもいいなら容赦しないぞ。
I'll end up showing cracks in my resolve.
私、お前を思いっきり抱きしめるぞ。ものすごい勢いでキスするぞ。最後まで止まらないぞ。
それは優しく慰めるとは言わないだろう。
I'll take just a hug.
何もかも忘れさせてやるぞ。
それは男のセリフだろう。
あとはお前の決断だけだ。私はお前がお預けをやめてくれるまで行儀よくお座りして一生懸命尻尾振って今か今かと待ってるだけなんだからな。
I think I heard her purr for a second, because she was sensitive to that crack in my resolve, so that at the first sight of it, a switch went off inside of her. Her lust for me, her desires to save me, those two intense desires that exist within Kazusa.
カズさ、俺
なんてな。お前にそんな勇気があるわけないよな。
Yeah, Kazusa repressed those feelings.
勇気ないくせに強いもんな。私の優しさなんか全然必要としないもんな。
そんなこと。
まあ気長に待つよ。私が欲しくなったらいつでも言ってくれ。もうお前を拒むことなんか二度とないんだからな。
But as I thought, she's showing such restraint for my sake. Her way of showing that she prioritizes my feelings over anything else. No matter what Kazusa does, it's always about me, me, me. There may no longer be a person by the name of Tomo Kazusa who doesn't live under my shadow.
とにかく部屋に入るよ。なんて私の部屋じゃないんだけどさ。
Then I'll...
春樹
I'll...
いいの？
Oh, fuck, 18! Alright. Oh my god. For some reason, she tried to make sure. The moment we entered the apartment, I hugged her from behind so tightly, she couldn't move. Yet she was the one who asked if it's okay. Okay, I think they only took off their shoes.
我慢できるか？自分を許せるか？
They made an oath. No H scene until the very end. To most people, her question wouldn't make any sense because it looks like I'm about to take her by force. Yet, her only worry is for me.
カズさ、
The innocent once again permeates my brain, and little by little, the pain in my heart goes numb.
せっかく抱きしめてくれるならブーツを脱いでからにしてほしかったな。このままじゃベッドまで行けないぞ。
I'm not allowed to feel this kind of solace yet. Cause the body is so soft and warm, it smells so good.
だから10秒だけ離せ。
カズさ、カズさ。
春樹
I could push her down with all my force and lean my body over her. I could experience a sensation of her body. I could take off her jacket almost as if tearing it off, and I could force my hands through the opening of the grope, her soft round breast.
嬉しい。
I could put my other hand on her skirt and feel it around her thighs, her butt, and her most important place. I could put my finger inside every cavity she has and press it in.
私やっとお前の役に立てるんだな。
But even then, Kazusa would continue to withdraw her strength and close her eyes with a warm sigh. She still tried to accept me with her entire being.
ほんのちょっとだけど、お前を救うことができるんだな。
Even knowing how short-lived the moment would be, Kazusa would still see serving as nothing more than a painkiller to me as something happy. And in the end, I apologize for not taking her by force, but for not doing so.
お前を抱けば幸せになれるって分かってる。嬉しさで満たされるって分かってるんだ。でも
I made a vow. I swore that I wouldn't lust after Kazusa while we are still in Japan, that we wouldn't cultivate our love until everything here is settled. No matter how pointless it is in the end, even if it brings absolutely no one any happiness. If I break this vow, I can't be certain I won't break further. More important vows in the future. I'll continue living as dishonestly as I always have.
Haruki, お前は本当にバカだ。強情で、
Something got left.
意固地で、理屈屋で、どうしようもない愚かなやつだ。
ごめんな、カズさん。俺が迷うたびに何度も振り回して。
いいよ、もう。お前の自分勝手な幻には慣れた。それにそういうお前だからこそ、私の全てをかけて抱きしめる意味がある。
カズさん。
Sweet. Despite everything wrong with me, Kazusa accepts me unconditionally.
ハルキ、
愛してる。
愛してる。
俺も。
We don't seek to improve each other, to correct each other's faults. Without changing, without improving, we affirm and accept each other.
だから、せめて私の胸で泣いてくれ。少しでも私を必要としてくれよ。
There's no future, we don't need it. There's no future, we don't need it. As long as this moment can last forever, everything will be fine.
な、カズさん。幸せになろうな、俺たち。
Then we'll be able to live in happiness forever, all while trampling on everyone else important to us. No, it's precisely because we had to trample on them that we alone had to find our happiness. The amount of suffering we caused to so many people would have been for nothing otherwise. Yeah, it's too late going back.
任せておけよ、ハルキ。今度は私がお前を守る。
For a while, I listened to in drowsiness to Kazusa whispers. And that moment, I couldn't tell if I was crying or not. $2:26. It's almost time for the concert. Dang, bruh.
Yo.
Ooh, good. This is it. I think it's a good stopping point. Dang, bruh. We broke all ties. Well, at least Haruki did. Right? No more. He's not tied to his apartment. He took care of the landlord. He took care of his job. We don't have friends anymore. We told Setsuna parents. And Setsuna herself, we told off. Was Setsuna really accepted? I'm not too sure. Only time would tell. And now Kazusa gotta face her mother herself, right? Kazusa broke off ties with Yoko, but not Kazusa. She gotta face this herself. Right? There's some battles we can't fight for her. And with that, I appreciate everyone that stopped by. It's been cool. We'll play more White Album 2 Coda next time. Right? Laters. Bye.